Okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Prosperity Portal. Um, okay, so I already know this is gonna be a little bit radical, but very on brand for me, right? Okay, so first of all, I find it irritating. Start, right? I find it irritating that we're so comfortable with conforming. Like, it's crazy how people would even fix their mouth to say, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. When the truth is, we're actually not. Because we're not as bold as them. We don't have the audacity like they did. You know, we are fighting for everything but freedom. How how is we fighting for everything but freedom? Everything but the basic things that we deserve. How are we really buying into this white people are superior narrative? Because if I'm being honest, it feels kind of disrespectful to just bow down, just fall in line when our ancestors didn't do that. Listen, listen. I am tired of seeing so many NPCs around me. I'm tired of seeing people that are so scared to have a mind of their own. I'm so tired of seeing people perform, acting like they having a good time. You're not having a good time because you're a slave. You're a puppet. You don't have freedom. You don't have access. You don't have quality of life. So I know you're not having a good time. I I I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how y'all have grown complacent. And keep in mind, all this shit is a simulation anyway. All of this is a simulation, and y'all just say, whatever you tell us to do, we're gonna do it. Okay. You don't want freedom? We are not our ancestors' wildest dreams because we ain't doing half of what they did. Again, y'all are so quick to fight for everything under the sun, but you won't fight for freedom. You won't go hard for freedom. You said, you know what, I'm just gonna fall in line, and this is just how things are. This is how things are because we've allowed it to be this way. We've grown complacent. And it is sickening a lot of times because, you know, I think that certain things that I know and certain things that I feel and certain things that I see are common, and it's not. That's frustrating to me because it's like, okay, so the idea that got planted in my head as a little girl, because that's how I feel, that I was gonna come in here and do something different. Maybe it was already a prophecy that the world was going to be this dumb. Maybe it was a prophecy that I had to be the difference because too many people were going to have done what they've done now. Just laid down and said, okay, I give up. Do whatever. Whatever it takes to survive. What the fuck? You don't have to just survive. Like, who, what, okay, let me calm down. Because I see things so different, but I understand. I recognize why everybody doesn't see things the way that I see things, but I also recognize that like it's not hard to see shit the way that I see shit. I grew up seeing obstacles and challenges my whole fucking life, but that didn't stop me from thinking that I could do anything I put my mind to, as my grandma consistently said. That didn't stop me from feeling like, okay, I'm gonna pursue whatever it is that's in my heart. I wanted to go to fashion school. I didn't have fashion school money. Guess what I did? I taught myself. Everything that I've wanted to do, it came with hard work, a lot of effort, and having to go around all the naysayers who said, oh, you can't do this and you shouldn't do this. And, well, I can't do this, so I'm going to project onto you that you can't do it either because, as far as I know, I can't do it, so you can't do it. I didn't listen to nobody. Not even when all the odds were stacked against me. So for me, I'm just thinking to myself, if I can come from the shit that I've come from, if I can have no home and then gain everything that I need and then some multiple times in my lifetime, how is everybody else walking around feeling so weak, so incapable, so burdened? And then you keep talking about white people this and white people that. Yeah, but like, the more that we consistently have this disposition that white people are superior, that white people are the superior race, and that they have all the answers and that we have to just fall in line, the more we're just going to continue experiencing more of the oppression that we've experienced for millennia. Nothing's ever going to change if we continue to keep the same mindset. So no, again, we are not our ancestors' wildest dreams because our ancestors would never. They would never conform to this shit. They would never just be like, okay, they're the majority. Imagine living in a place that you were born in, but then also being told you gotta go back to your country when we was born here. And this ain't even they shit. You came over here and bombarded your way over here, killed, steal, destroyed. And you telling us to go back to our country. No, you go back to your fucking country. Hello? It's giving mental illness. It's giving that a lot of fucking people are mentally ill. That's the only explanation for it. You know, the thing that I've been thinking about lately is like, how did everything get to this point where money was the thing that we worshipped? Money was the thing that we idolized. How do we get to this point where everything revolves around money? No, for real, think about it. Because we went from trading ox and cows and shit to, oh, you know what? You gotta work to earn your keep on the earth. That's only temporary for you because eventually you got an expiration date in this fucking skin suit. But in order for you to be here, even though can't none of us be here permanently, you gotta pay some people, a group of people that have claimed to be the superior, and this is the only way that you will be able to live as a human being. That sounds crazy. This is all a simulation. Hello? Are y'all okay? But I'm the problem. Because I'm the one that's like, no thanks. I don't think I'm the problem at all. I think I'm the answer. Revolt. Because why not? We all gotta go anyway. If you think you're gonna die in the process of going against the grain, well, shit, you gotta go anyway. I would rather get free or die trying. Opposed to being a fucking slave. Opposed to being a fucking puppet. Opposed to being miserable. And only getting the bare minimum and barely getting that. Is you okay? I could never. I was not born to conform. And our ancestors, I feel like there's been these stories and just questions that's been put in my head consistently for quite some time because they're trying to communicate to me, hey, go investigate, go do some research, see what it took for us, because they're never going to tell us certain things. Of course they're going to erase history and write their own narratives because we have to be brainwashed into believing that we are inferior. We have to be brainwashed into believing that we have to just bow down or, oh no, massa. It all sounds like a bunch of fairy tale bullshit to me. Just like your precious little Bible. My bad. I don't want to take any shots at the Christians. Give them a reason to target me again. I know the people who targeted me must be pissed. They're like, we thought we were succeeding in silencing her, and she's just getting louder. What did you expect? I've been through hell and back on more than one occasion. Did you really think you could break me or shake me? And I'm the one that's crazy. Okay. I have this thing that I want to share with you. And I'm sharing this with you because I have been asking this question about money, about our history, all of this, right? And ultimately, because of what I'm doing with my company, the question keeps circling back to what is sovereignty? How do we get it? And who all wants to get it while we getting it? Okay. Now, sovereignty, I know there's all these sovereign missions right now. There's groups of people that are actively trying to become nationals and listen, I'm not as educated in that realm of things because I feel like that wasn't my path. But I know that there are people that are actively trying to do things in terms of their citizenship, their status, and all that, right? For me, I just look at it like this. I was born here, okay, in America. And even if I go to another country, it doesn't solve the issue because at the end of the day, I'm ultimately saying, oh, well, I gotta just run away and be somewhere where they are allowing me to be free because they're saying that I can't have freedom. If I don't choose to conform to the systems that they have put in place for us to conform to and be oppressed by, then, there's no hope for me. But I don't buy into any of that bullshit, any of that propaganda, because at the end of the day, like I said, this is all a simulation. All of this is just make believe anyway. We've just made all of this up in our heads. So what we choose to subscribe to is up to us. What we choose to believe is up to us. And for me, I don't believe that anyone has power over me. Period. So because of that, it would be silly of me to just leave behind the place that I was born, all because of white supremacy, all because of the patriarchy. So what is freedom? It's not having the pressure of having to have money. It's not having to work a 9 to 5 in order to live and thrive. There was a time when barter systems was the only way. We're moving back to that space. What we're doing in my collective, we're out of that. We're not even in it anymore. Because, like, imagine us believing what everybody else is telling us when clearly nobody before us has actually truly thrived in the way they deserved. Not my parents, not my parents' parents, not my parents' parents' parents. So it's up to me. It's up to me to want more, to believe that I deserve quality of life, and then to actively pursue that no matter what obstacles are thrown in my way. And I believe that is everybody's duty. But, free will. Not everybody's going to do what they should do, which is get what they deserve. But we are. So what is freedom? Some things that I'm looking into currently are Haitian Revolution, Nat Turner's Rebellion. Okay, something about Nat Turner in general. The that era, it feels very familiar. Anyway, Indian rebellion, okay, Algerian War of Independence. So before colonization, the American people. I don't even like the word America because I'm like, was it even called America back then? I don't even believe that to be fact. I have not seen the facts of that yet. Okay, I'm still actively doing research, but before colonization, America and the people of America, the indigenous people of America, were the this was their shit. Okay, period. Until we had Christopher Columbus come and discover America. I heard a guy on TikTok. I seen a video on TikTok of this guy, this white guy, asking a black man, um, what did he think of? He was basically asking if white people conquered this land, and he was doing it in such a cavalier way. It was irritating me. But he was basically saying, if white people conquered America and they have the authority, or they are the authority, which group of people would have to go back to their land? And it was just such a funny exchange because us black folk, we're very clever, and the way he was responding to the guy, it was like it was very clear that he was making it clear to him, to the white guy, that was random, that basically the white people would have to go back. As much as we sit up there and say that, people of color are the inferior ones and they are the ones who have to do what the white people say, what he was basically saying is, you know, the people will ultimately overthrow the white folks. And it was just his arrogance in that video that showed me everything that I needed to know. White people are in a position of panic, first of all, because they realize that the illusions that used to have people in shackles before, I mean, those have worn off, okay? People are actively being disillusioned, and people are recognizing that we have been living under this spell, okay? These false pretenses of, oh, we have to listen to what white people say. Why the hell would we be listening to white people when we told white people how to wash their ass? Oh, okay. Anyway, um, how I see things right now is there's a shift in power. And it's not even about power at the end of the day. For white people, yes, absolutely it is. But for people of color, it's just about having freedom. It's about having access to what was always ours. And this is exactly why my initiative is hyper fixated on land acquisition, hyper fixated on, what, fuck all this going through third parties and asking people for permission. How about we just get the land back and have the capacity to do whatever it is that we want to do without having to wait for somebody to check a box and say, yes, you can do this. Nobody's going to give me permission to be able to live and thrive freely. I'm going to do what I want to do. And everybody else that wants to do what they want to do is going to join forces with me, and we going to build. Starting with, again, land acquisition. Because this is where it started for the people. This is how oppression started. Seizing the land, displacing people, putting people out of their fucking homes. That's crazy to me. It's insane to me that we live in a world where people claimed ownership over other people and we just accepted it. Our ancestors did it. They did it. They fought for freedom. They died for freedom. But it's a lot of people that I'm looking at. I mean, I'm seeing videos consistently on the internet of people crashing out, fighting for dumb shit. You fighting for everything but freedom. I don't understand. What is all this for? And then you putting your freedom in jeopardy by doing dumb shit that's not getting us closer to where we need to be in order to be free. Because we can do this collectively. The fact that people are still willingly going to McDonald's and eating McDonald's. A whole nother conversation. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the mentality of some folks. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Everybody's not thinking like that. I've been aligning with the ones who know better, and so we flowing better. But there's a lot of people who don't. They're not choosing different. Y'all know that they feeding you humans at McDonald's, and you still going and ordering a number one, a number two. Let me get a Big Mac with extra fries. For what? Angry at Walmart and Target when they took away DEI. Angry at the consistent discrimination. Angry at being consistently profiled for being a person of color shopping. Shopping while black. The greatest crime of all. But then you keep going back and pouring your fucking money into the same motherfucking systems and the same stores, that are the same corporations that are making it clear that they hate you. And then turn around and complain about how bad things are. We're getting the land back. Anybody that's on what I'm on, we joining forces. Anybody that's not, whatever. I'm not trying to save anybody anymore. I was at first. I used to try to save people. I wanted so badly to save people. I was trying to convince people this is the way to go. We will be okay. But you know what? I don't need to do all that anymore. I'm just actively building with my people. Whoever's with me, hey, we moving. Whoever's not, they're without. Oh well. I tried. But what we're going to consistently do is create pathways for sovereignty, create pathways where first and foremost creatives and artists can thrive, because we are who is actively creating culture in the first place. Without us and our creative brains, without our creative genius, none of this shit would look the way it looks right now. The experiences that we have would not be. We'd live in a very dull, very dark world. Anyway, our ancestors said, get on your job. That's what they said. They said, get on your job. Stop acting like a little punk. If you want better, you got to go and get better, because ain't nobody going to just hand it to you, obviously. But do not complain about how bad things are and you're not willing to revolt. You got to be ready to go now. Or, again, I guess you'll just be without. So, that's all I got. Chat soon.